Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Davey Squires.
Well, hello and welcome to the Squires Station. I am your host, Davey Squires, and this episode is presented by Area 67 Studios. It is great to be back here after a month and a half of just dicking off. And my guest today is Sean Benjamin. How you doing, man?
I am doing great, except for the heat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's getting hot, but it's hotter in Texas.
That's right.
So, first of all, describe yourself. What kind of musician are you?
I am always really bad at describing myself. Is I would say the best description of me as a musician. I'm a solo act sometimes, most of the time these days. And so there's an acoustic guitar element to it sometimes, but not always. So there's a bit of a singer-songwriter thing, but I like to be on some songs really rhythmic and upbeat. Like my influences are In Excess and Peter Gabriel and G Love and Special Sauce. But then I also go back to the Damien Rice, David Gray stuff that might not be as fast.
Yeah.
And it's more like the traditional singer-songwriter. And then of course I'm a big fan of some 90s alt rock.
Oh yeah. I was listening to the Gin Blossoms the other day. I was on a big kick. I was going through their discography. And I was like,
I opened up for them at the Marion Popcorn Festival.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I love them. I love their use of tambourine. I like how he always takes it on stage with him and throws it out to the crowd. And he has multiple tambourines sometimes.
Really?
He throws it out to the crowd, and I'm just like, whoa.
Are tambourines? So tambourines, are they kind of they've got different notes, keys, or something?
They have different
harmonicas.
Different tambourines have different tones to them, but they're usually the same I guess color of sound. It's like that jingle jangle. Yeah, the jingle jangle.
I've got Spurs that do that.
You could use that. So how did you get into playing guitar and music?
Oh, there was a guitar in the house. My dad played guitar. My sister got a guitar when she was 13. And so then, I was just messing around with it. I was a little grunge kid, listened to Silverchair and Alice in Chains and Soundgarden. And, I had really long hair and half of it was red at one point, dyed with Kool-Aid.
Nice.
I was doing grunge music for a while, when I was in junior high school and stuff. But,
yeah.
And then, as soon as I got dumped by my, first, real girlfriend is when I started, writing songs to try to get her back. Mm-hmm. And it worked, several times.
Wow.
Yeah. And it stopped working, of course.
Oh.
But...
Several times, though, is good.
Yeah.
Usually, that doesn't work one time. Some people.
No. Well, they were all right songs.
I mean, I've had guests on here where they'll be like, they did that, and they'll be like, it didn't work.
It hasn't worked every single time,
yeah.
For sure. I mean, it's obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my last serious girlfriend, I've certainly written songs about her to try to get her back.
Yeah.
And I haven't. I mean, it's been a while, so that's kind of, that ship has sailed, but,
Well, when you're writing these songs, what's the creative process?
It really is just kind of messing around with my guitar, and all of a sudden a riff will, come to me, and the vast majority of the time by accident,
mm-hmm.
just kind of messing around. That sounds kind of cool. Let's see what I can do with that. Honestly, I don't, the songs that I think are my best songs, I have no recollection of how I got to where I got to with them.
Yeah.
The songs that I do remember the process, I feel like sometimes they're, some of them, they're a little bit forced,
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you get in the zone to write the best stuff, and it's just kind of an accident.
Yeah, it just kind of happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're really into doing that, it's you don't take in consideration the process and everything when you're actually doing it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's you can't stress out the songwriting process.
Yeah, well, I've had kind of an unofficial embargo going on songwriting recently, for a couple of different reasons. One of them being that I've got too much stuff backlogged that I haven't recorded yet properly.
Yeah.
And so I want to get that stuff done, but there's way too much of it. And so I'm just trying to filter out, okay, what do I prioritize? What do I get done first? What what do I like the best? What do I think people will like the best? What will make sense together?
Yeah.
The way that music is released these days hasn't made that much easier because, Spotify really encourages you to just release one song at a time in a release because you only get to pick one song to try to submit to those different editorial playlists and stuff. And so it's like it and the way people consume music, like, it doesn't make as much sense to do an album, which is what I want to do because A, I like that, and B, I've got so much stuff to shoo away. And so I've like, subconsciously I've kind of, been like, oh, I want to get this stuff done before I start working on anything new. But I feel like that's not a great plan. So I'm starting to reconsider that and starting to get back into to putting some new stuff out.
Okay. So is this like years of writing?
Yeah, like when I say there's a backlog, it's a huge backlog. And like some of it, like I have quite a bit of it already recorded, tracked out, or at least like the scratch tracks done. And they're all like saved in like like on a hard drive and on a Google Drive and everything. And it's just a matter of, how do I get these things done? Because I am not a professional engineer or producer. I'm a singer-songwriter who barely knows anything about the science behind anything. So, I need help finishing some of the stuff. And so that's been the issue. And so what I've done recently is I've had a couple of tracks that, I've done the recording and then I sent it to be mixed, and in some cases, had some things like fixed in there from, a recording studio, and then sent it to another place to get mastered and then put that stuff out. And, I've got another project that I'm working on with one of my friends. You probably know Michael McFarland.
Yeah. He was on the show.
He's one of my best friends in the music business and just in general, anyways. And so we've been working on something for I think it's honestly 5 years because of our schedules just not syncing up. So want to get that done, and then of course what happened with the last year and a half. I don't know if you heard about it. But we weren't really able to see each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's the thing. That's how frustrating it is because I've got so many songs that are just sitting there and have been for such a long time.
Yeah.
And some of the songs, now when I listen to them, I'm like, well, that's a good song.
Yeah.
But not for somebody my age to put out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like some of the songs are a bit too young for me to put out.
Have the lyrics changed as the songs,
I think some of them are gonna have to. I've got some songs that the references are so dated. Even some of the songs that I have put out, I find funny, like the Hypnotized, which at one point was like one of my bigger like songs, like that talks about an answering machine with a tape.
Yeah.
And a cassette tape in it. I threw the tape out and I opened
What
a
are
beer.
those?
Yeah, like first off, like there's a lot of leaps to get there. Like a cassette tape in an answering machine on a landline phone.
Yeah.
And then I've got another one that I actually don't know if it's like out anywhere on the internet, because it's like, back in the day when I used to record stuff in my friend's basement and then put out like CDs myself that I printed.
Yeah.
That one has a reference to like phone cards. When you had to like spend money to get like phone cards and you have a certain amount of minutes. So yeah.
I know a couple people that use those, but
today
to deal drugs. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, you take it out, you break it, and then there's no trace of you on the device.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think, right, Mike? Is that true?
That's how naive I am.
I deal beats, man. Not drugs.
See, I thought that the only people using them now were like international calls.
Oh,
Right.
maybe. I know you have to pay a bunch for
Right.
that, unless it's like through like WhatsApp or.
Well, that's the
Facebook
thing,
or-
yeah. So like voice over IP, I'm sure it's probably like messed up that business, right? But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, and it's also, I mean, what I'm most upset about is that nobody will get the reference, and I got to change the lyrics.
Yeah, people were getting frazzled about me using the word taxi in a song, and I'm like, taxis are still a thing.
Taxis are still a thing.
Yeah, like we won't use Uber. I'm like, okay, copyright.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. Are you allowed? I don't even know. Are you allowed to do that? Like use
don't
brand
know.
names in songs like that?
I think it depends. Like, I heard about the song Cherry Cola. Cherry Cola, la 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 la.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
song. It was gonna be Coca-Cola, but Coca-Cola was like, can't do that. So you had to fly like across the world back to the studio to sing 2 lyrics.
Ugh.
I heard about. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, because I have a song that mentions a brand name that, I mean, I
I think it depends though.
but I'm so under the radar that it doesn't. You'd have.
Yeah.
I feel like they would never really hear about it, but it's called Lucky Charms.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, it definitely references that we're talking about the cereal in the song.
I like the marshmallows.
Yeah, I actually the interesting thing about it was I just I the intro to the song is this next song is about a girl who reminds me of my favorite breakfast cereal, and I'm Irish, so I think you know what that is. That's the intro to the song. That's like spoken before I get into it, and in reality, and I hate to tear down the fourth wall in this one, I don't really like that cereal.
Whoa!
That's an exclusive for the
God.
debut episode of this season.
Woo, dang, that's going on the extras.
I mean, I don't really eat cereal anyways these days because, like, I'm trying to like watch carbs and stuff. I guess I don't know, but
Honey Bunches of Oats, like
yeah,
that's what that'll do. That'll do those.
there's another one that's like a super low carb one. But I'm not going to mention the brand name because they sponsor a lot of podcasts, and they should.
I know. I think I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah. They have a lot. I feel they have a lot of flavors.
Yeah. I did try it. It was all right.
Gonna get sponsored.
It's not Lucky Charms.
So besides that, have you been gigging out now or?
Back out there now, which is great because for obvious reasons, the last year and a half has been a little bit light on the calendar. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I'm starting to get back out there again, and the trick is, I guess, the tricky thing is figuring out which places are back doing music.
Yeah.
And having the right timing, because I feel like a lot of the places that are back booking again, like kind of got out ahead of it and are a bit booked up, especially like the seasonal places.
Oh yeah.
And so but yeah, I've got some gigs lined up around. I what's weird is that before the lockdown stuff, I actually did want to lighten up the schedule a little bit, particularly in Northeast Ohio. And
there you go.
And go out on the road. Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, so I wanted to go, not saturate like one city, but yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I got to figure out how to get back out there and do stuff. But yeah, I've got some shows coming up. Most of it is in Ohio, I think, for now, but I'm gonna try to get back out to some other states.
Yeah.
I always like to do that. And when things are totally possible, of course, I want to get back out to other countries. I've been lucky enough to play in England and Scotland and Ireland, and I would love to go back there again. I'd love to play in Canada. I feel like it's weird that I haven't because we're so close.
Yeah. It's across the lake.
Yeah, and I've had people requesting me to come up there, but like they're not necessarily all in the same part of Canada, right? And so like
Canada's giant.
right? So and even Ontario, like there's like
Oh yeah.
I feel like I think like Ottawa is where some of them are, and then there's another group that are like kind of like in between like two major cities. They're not like in Toronto and they're not in Windsor. It's like somewhere in between there. So that would be a tricky one to do because I don't know. Maybe it'd be easier to. Sometimes in smaller cities, it's a bit easier, right? I mean,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah, I feel like Canada is pretty. There's a lot of cool spots in Canada. I have a friend who lives up in Edmonton, Alberta, and
oh yeah.
yeah, I really want to gig up there at some point. But I'm like, I should do like a rodeo show, like go to the Montana and Wyoming and shit. I was gonna play a rodeo last year, but that got canceled in Cheyenne.
Oh wow, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know how that was gonna work with jazz and rodeo combined. Like,
Would you route your way there, or would you just fly there and play there and come back?
it was part of a bigger tour, so I was going across Nebraska anyway into Colorado and then up to Wyoming. So I would have been going there already, but I just like, how would those two things combine, rodeo and jazz rodeo?
But maybe I mean, I remember some of the best shows I've played was when I was paired with a band that didn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
Like, I played at the High Five down in Columbus back in the day. I don't even think it's still around.
I've heard of it. I don't think it's...
Yeah. It was like, and it was like a metal band and another band that was like not metal, but they were like hard rock. And me and my band at the time, which, I've never been a hard rock band. I've always been kind of, whatever the heck I am. And, but I mean, it went really well,
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Their crowd was cool with us. Our crowd was cool with them. So
It was so cool. I had a gig a couple weekends ago in Atlantic City, and it was like a carnival where they had bands indoors and outdoors of the bar, and each act was like a different genre. Like, I started out day, I'm like jazz, and then reggae, and then there was some metal. There was like a hip hop guy who came in who did work with the metal group, so it was like metal hip hop, and then there was a jam band to close out the night, and I'm like, oh my God, like, you went through every single genre. I think there was also a country band too outside. And I was like, at a carnival, like, all you would need is like a freaking quartet of violins and you have every genre. I'm like, whoever booked this is primo.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm totally up for doing those types of things where it's a lot of different genres on the bill because, oh, I'm sorry, you know what? I did the thing where I went off the...
Shit.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, I would play with probably just about any type of music, I think. I don't know, maybe I regret saying that.
Get some techno.
I think I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I were going to do a side project right now, it would be something like an industrial, like techno type thing.
I want to see you and Michael do that.
Yeah?
That'd be really cool.
Well, he's got his Hello Head Rush thing.
Yeah.
Right? But, I do have, some of those songs that I've got backlogged are like set aside for a different project, but it's a grunge project.
Okay.
And really, one of the only reasons why there's been not a lot of movement on that, and I was actually talking to Michael about this on Friday night, is because I can't come up with a name for that project that doesn't make me cringe with embarrassment.
Yeah. It's all cheese.
Yeah.
It's all grunge cheese.
So that once I can come up with something, I'll put some of those songs out, maybe like as an acoustic demo or something.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be neat.
It's like, when I say grunge, like, I mean, like, it's kind of like Alice in Chains to maybe like Marcy Playground and, and Tantric.
Kind of, yeah. Can be melancholy, but also can be more hard if it wants to.
Yeah, but I mean, it's probably, knowing me, it's probably not going to be too hard anyways.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of like hard music that I'm really into.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Alice in Chains is like one of my favorite bands, but they're not all that hard.
No. They're just, I feel like they're just classified as rock, like not
Yeah.
that hard of rock.
I like Perfect Circle, but again, that's kind of like the softer version of Tool.
Yeah, like, I saw Perfect Circle at the Sonic Temple Festival a couple years ago, and Tool was playing after them.
Really?
Yeah. And I was honestly not impressed by Perfect Circle. Like, their live, like, I listen to their studio stuff and I like it, but their live show, I'm just like, eh. And then Tool came on and I was like, whoa!
Yeah.
And I'm like, It's like I don't know who's like the other guys in the group, like what the change was, but yeah, their live show was kind of. I mean, it was more low key though. It was more like melancholy.
Yeah,
stuff.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
that's part of it. I mean, like I love the song Three Libras, but live, it probably isn't as exciting
Yeah.
as I'm trying to think of what's Stinkfist.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like they put a lot of production value into their studio songs too. So it's gonna obviously be a different experience live, but I feel like everybody's experience is different live. So
Yeah.
yeah. So it's just a personal basis.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I like Danzig, but that's not even that hard either.
Yeah.
Like he's
No,
like
that's- yeah.
like his music is like a bit harder, but then he's got like a crooner voice.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Which I like. I root for baritones because I'm kind of more of a baritone.
Yeah.
So like anytime there's like a baritone that like is out there, I'm like, yeah, get
Yeah.
in.
Oh yeah.
The National, get in.
Get down low. That rich voice, like, come on, it's underrated. Everybody's looking for the high voice. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
low voice. I'm always harmonizing with shit in the car, so it's like. So what are some of your favorite local venues around here?
Oh, okay. So we're talking Northeast Ohio in general, or
Yeah, or Columbus, Cleveland.
yeah. Okay. So
Acton.
Cleveland. I mean, I think it does. I feel like everybody's going to give the same answers for Cleveland, right?
I don't know.
You know.
Some people like different. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, no, I mean,
What
like,
do you think?
because like, there's there's Grog Shop, Beachland Ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
There's House of Blues, I guess. You know. Then there's Brothers Lounge, which I like them.
Mm-hmm.
But
Gotta go back there.
what else is there?
Winchester.
The Winchester. Yeah, you're playing there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's not ones. I can't think of any that I dislike.
There's a lot of notable ones. Like there's a lot of ones where national acts will tour through and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because I play at Flatiron Cafe down in the Flats, and I love playing there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a bar, you know, before it's a music venue. They just
Yeah.
have live music. Whereas like Grog Shop, if something happened to the Grog Shop, I'm so glad that they're okay after this.
Oh,
if
yeah.
something happened to them, you know, I would be devastated. And I
Yeah.
haven't even played there in a long time.
Mhm.
But I just think it's a really important music venue.
The history there is just incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm glad a lot of these bars came out of this all good.
Yeah.
And a lot.
Oh,
some didn't though, and. You know,
Yeah, I like Happy Dog too. I just haven't played
Mm-hmm.
there that much. I've played there like 2 or 3 times, but I do like that place.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at an event about like kind of like the recovery of the owner spoke at that,
Yeah.
and he seems like a mensch. You know what that means?
What does that mean?
A mensch?
Yeah.
A good person.
Good person.
Yeah, I
mensch.
don't know him, but you know, like the way he was speaking, it seemed like a stand up
Stand-up
guy or gal.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
A real man's man.
Well, I mean, yeah, not necessarily. It's not necessarily like a masculine thing. It's like someone
It's
who.
just person who.
You know what? They're
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. They're all.
More of that.
You know what? They're great. Keep doing what you do.
Yeah.
I might have heard that word before. I've never.
It's like Yiddish or something.
Yiddish. Yeah. Yeah. Is that where Menchie's comes from?
It might be. I don't know.
The yogurt place. I think I went there once.
I have been like, I don't really like sweets, but every once in a while I get like a craving.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing that there aren't any of those, because I like that kind of thing. You know.
I went there once on a date in middle school to Menchie's. And I was thinking, why would anybody go on a date at Menchie's? Like, it doesn't seem like you would
It's better than the movies.
And it's true. Yeah, the movies is always. I feel like movies is just like a thing everybody does, and it's like, well, unless it's like, driving's cool.
What?
Driving movies.
Oh, I thought you said driving school.
Driving.
Yeah, go on a date to driving school. This is my instructor. He's gonna chaperone. I'm afraid you're gonna have to sit in the back.
Please no talking. Please no talking. My driving school instructor was weird, man. She was so weird. Oh my god. And then she'd show us these movies of like people just like crashing and shit. I'm like, I'm gonna be scarred. I don't want to drive now. This is horrible. What? Why are you showing me this?
Do you think we all kind of need like a refresher course on driving school now?
Oh god. I don't know why there's no age at which people stop driving. Like I feel like, I guess for like those few that are like 100 years old and can drive, like, but I don't know. Yeah, I think people need a refresher.
Yeah.
I think.
Because I just driving down here from Cleveland, it's like,
God,
I haven't been out on the road all that much. I've been, because this whole time I've been, kind of working from home and stuff, just not traveling as much as I used to, and when I just people they forgot how to drive.
Yeah.
And
dude. Yeah. It's horrible. I'm a delivery driver, so nobody was out last year. Like there was nobody, and then slowly I'm like, oh man, people are back driving. They're crazier. They're crazier.
Yeah, but I'm not even necessarily judging them because maybe I've forgotten how to drive too, especially
maybe I'm crazy
in certain weather, right?
I think we're all crazy.
Yeah. But it's I guess it's a good thing we're getting back out there now.
Yeah.
And it's not snowing.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it was snowing and icy and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What if the seasons were flipped?
Yeah.
Oof.
Because I don't know. I don't know
oof.
if I remember. I was driving in the rain. I think after my most recent show, and like I kind of like skidded a little bit. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right.
You were just like, that's right.
That's a thing. You can't just drive as fast as you would when it's not raining.
Well, yeah, some people do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a grandpa when it comes to driving. I go like 10 under. Everybody gets pissed at me. I'm like, oh.
I am like I'm the cruise control kid.
Yeah.
I set that cruise control a couple miles per hour over the speed limit, but only a couple.
Yeah.
And I stay I don't get in the passing lane unless I'm going to be passing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Just trying to be courteous.
Yeah. Yeah. And if there's 3 lanes, there's more there's more space to move.
Yeah. But call in on how you drive.
Yeah, please call in. 1-800. Call now. Safe Auto. Dude, everywhere I go, I see Geico billboards. I can't stop seeing they're everywhere. Like I see every billboard I see, there's the Gecko.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, who's their marketing guy? Like, how much are they?
They deserve a raise, though, right?
How much are they spending on billboards? Because like driving to Atlantic City, I saw at least like 100 of them, and like, just like they're everywhere. I'm like,
now let me ask you this: have you spent 15 minutes to see if you could save?
You know what? I have not. I should probably call. Actually, I do have Geico. They already sold me.
Yeah.
My brother works there.
It sounds like they've done their job.
They sold him. They buy him. Well, they're paying him. Well, do work.
I just I'm pretty sure like I have not done that much like research when I get car insurance. It's just been like what's the first thing that comes up.
Yeah. What's a good one?
Yeah.
So what's kind of like your favorite thing about playing out? After all this time kind of away, what kind of have you missed?
Well, you know, I mean, there's nothing better than when you're playing like one of your own songs out there and people actually know it and like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, when somebody requests like one of your own songs, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's a good feeling. It's like something that you helped create that they actually enjoy. That's great.
Yeah.
Right? So I would say that's, you know, that type of feeling. I don't know, you know, I love being up there. I love playing. And I don't mind the traveling around about it. Don't love the booking and promotion part, but it is a necessary thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. I mean,
Yeah.
I know that sounds like I'm maybe blowing smoke, but that really is it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's fair. So I got one more question for you.
All right.
What's kind of some tips you would give to musicians just starting out?
Oh. Well, first off, I'm not sure that I am the person to ask, right? Because I have made a ton of mistakes, and also just, you know, at times in my career, I've been, you know, either lazy or depressed or whatever. So, you know, I'm not necessarily the authority on this stuff, but what I used to do was I used to just pretty much say yes to everything, and that worked out well for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And just take chances, you know? Like, I would drive to New York and play a show that I wasn't sure if I was going to get paid for because it was a door deal or something, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, stay with a friend and hope that something bigger came as a result of that. And I would do that, you know, with all sorts of different things, whether it's like a festival or a charity gig or, you know, just a gig in another city. And a lot of times better stuff did come from it, you know?
Yeah.
And it helped move my career along. So, yeah, just take every single chance. But at the same time, you know, that's easy for me to say.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I haven't necessarily done that in the last couple of years. And also, you know, it's not as easy for everybody. Some people don't have the ability to you know, take those types of risks.
Yeah.
So if you can, I would say go for it. And then also just show up, you know.
Yeah.
You know, go to things, show up. That would be it. Don't get mad. Don't get jealous. That's really easy to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get jealous all the time. Super jealous. And it's really not healthy. And I've been trying to get better about that.
Yeah.
I've also been trying to, you know, and I think that as I've gotten older, my temper and stuff has gotten way, way better.
Yeah.
But when I was, you know, growing up, you know, just getting offended by things like don't do that. You know, just it's again easier said than done, but you'll be happier in the long run.
Hey, you're still doing it, so that's
For now.
For now. Damn, Sean. Well, thank you so much for coming in, man.
Yeah, no,
this is great.
good time. Man.
Where can they find you at?
Oh, well, okay, so SeanBenjamin.com, and my name is Sean, S-E-A-N, Benjamin. So Sean like Sean Connery, Benjamin like Benjamin Franklin. Every single social media thing, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, there's other ones.
Yeah.
Twitter. Then, you know, Spotify and Apple Music and all those other good streaming services. I got shows coming up in Cleveland and Geneva on the Lake and probably some other cities. I don't know, maybe Columbus or something. Some other stuff out on the road. House of Blues on July 31st. So that's either of, I think it might be a Saturday.
Saturday?
Might be. It's either Friday or Saturday. I think it's a Saturday. So that would be cool if you came to that one. If you're in Cleveland. Yeah.
That is a Saturday. Cool. Well, you can find me at on Instagram at Davey_Squires and on Facebook, Davey Squires Music. You can go to my website, dsquires.com, to check out all the past episodes and the outtakes. And that is it for this episode. Mike provided Did Mike provide the water? I think Mike provided the water. Mike always provides the water. There's water right there.